Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a book review on American Gods by Neil Gaiman. American Gods by Neil Gaiman follows Shadow, a prison convict who is released early after he learns of the death of his wife. With his life in pieces and no idea what to do next, Shadow accepts a job offer from the mysterious Mr. Wednesday. Shadow finds himself on a strange road trip across America, meeting interesting and eccentric new people, ultimately discovering that he has entered the war between the old gods and the new gods. Okay, you guys, let's get this out of the way. I knew that prior to reading this book, this is one of those books you're either going to love or you're going to hate. It's just all going to depend if you like Neil Gaiman's writing style, because Neil Gaiman's writing style is definitely not for everybody. And people even warned me that perhaps Neil Gaiman, that American Gods, that this is not the ideal book to start off with when it comes to getting into his literature, I guess. But I felt quite confident that I would enjoy this because it sounded something right up my alley that I would enjoy. So yeah, unfortunately, I am on the negative end of the spectrum. This book was definitely not really for me in some ways. And you know what? I think this is going to be a shame because I wanted to read this book because the TV series is starting. So I really wanted to read this before the show started because the trailers look so awesome for the TV series. And the thing is, I have a feeling I'm going to really enjoy the show more than the book because I think the show has the potential to fix the things that I disliked about this book and make them much more interesting and intriguing on the show, if that makes sense. So I have a feeling, for me personally, it's going to be a case of the show is going to be better than the book, which might be kind of blasphemous to some people because there are people out there who freaking love this book. So my problem with this book, let's just get down to some blunt honesty here. I didn't get it. That's as blunt as I can get, you guys. I just did not get this book. Am I stupid? That's what I felt like reading this book. I felt kind of stupid. I just didn't get it. I didn't understand it, and nothing ever happened. You're saying to yourself, how did nothing happen in this book? Because it's over 500 pages long. Yeah, 500 pages, you guys, 500 pages. Nothing ever happened. It's like things were happening, but like the most boring and mundane of things. And then every now and then there would be this spark of something exciting happening, and then I would think, oh good, this is the turning point of the novel. This is the point in the novel where I'm going to get excited. But then that one moment of excitement, it goes up and then it goes down and then I'm bored again. And then maybe another 100 pages later there's a spark of something exciting, then down once again. That's what I felt like with this book. Up and down, up and down. So essentially what I'm saying, this book was just dreadfully dull and boring. I mean, even the characters themselves, you guys, Shadow, the main character Shadow, he's a prison convict. He should be pretty awesome and interesting, but no, bland. And then we have Mr. Wednesday, who I can't spoil because I don't know how much people know about this novel. But yeah, I don't want to spoil anything about Mr. Wednesday. And Mr. Wednesday should have been all sorts of awesome and intriguing, but no, bland also. And I was just irritated with Shadow in general because Shadow, he never seemed perturbed by anything. He never seemed disturbed. He just went along with things. He never once asked a question about what was going on. He just went along with things, and I found that so frustrating. He had absolutely no personality. He was the most dullest of characters I have ever read. It's like I couldn't even visualize the man in my head. There was just a blank face here the whole time I was reading. So just to incorporate a bit of positivity, because I don't like my reviews to be totally negative, so a bit of positivity, I do appreciate what Neil Gaiman was trying to do with this novel. I think he had a really, truly fantastic premise. So the things that I did enjoy, I liked this idea of this ultimate battle between the old gods and the new gods. And if you don't know what that means, the old gods essentially meaning like the old gods of yore, from Norse mythology, Greek mythology, Egyptian mythology. You know, religions that are pretty ancient, their mythologies are ancient, but we don't really look at them nowadays. Whereas we have these new gods that we worship, these new gods being the gods of news, the gods of media, the gods of technology. You get my idea. So yes, absolutely, a clever and interesting idea. It just didn't come together in the way that I was hoping, unfortunately. And this novel, not only is it about the old versus the new, it's also a very heavy book about immigrants and immigrants coming to America and why immigrants make America the way that it is. And it's just really funny because it's definitely a very contemporary issue going on right now, and it's just interesting that I happened to read this novel during all of these current issues. So yeah, that was interesting, that's for sure. But yeah, you guys, why did this novel have to be so terribly dull and boring? That's what's driving me insane right now, because I was looking forward to this so much, but I was absolutely disappointed. Weirdly enough, though, I will say this, though, for one more additional bit of positivity. There was this whole middle chunk of the book where Shadow spends quite a number of months in this little small town, and it was making me think of Fargo. I really loved the Fargo TV series, and it was this whole little chunk that was really reminiscent of Fargo, and I found myself thinking, goddamn, why can't the whole novel just be here? So yeah, guys, a book that was disappointing to me, but I understand why people do love it. I get why other people enjoy it. It had no enjoyment for me personally. So yeah, you guys, I'm definitely curious your opinions on American Gods, because I think a lot of people have read this book. If you have read this book, please share with me why you enjoyed the book. I would really love to hear your point of view and what you got from the book. Make me understand. And then yeah, if you share my opinion, if you hated this book too, feel free to rage down below in the comment system. So that's it for this book review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye guys.